What up? It's your boy T-Bird Reactions. Today's gonna do one more wrestling reaction. I had to cut things short a little bit because in the place for time. So wrestling about to have a lovely weekend as well too. There's a lot of pay-per-views / PLEs going on. One being the Forbidden, infamous Forbidden Door with AEW with their partnership with New Japan Wrestling. Slammiversary with TNA, Great American Bash with NXT, as well as the Night Champions, which will crown the King of the Ring tournament. But although there's a lot of good wrestling going on this weekend, a lot of folks not too fond with some of the PLEs. One of being Night Champion in lieu of mainly the King of the Ring tournament. And this is a video from We Kick It Raws on a lot of folks claiming that the King and Queen of the Ring tournament has been a disappointment. So, a lot of people were like, over who has champion right now. I'm not over it, of course. Of course, because the champion, one of the new champions, is Cody, while the undisputed is Roman. He's not dropping no soon as well too. Just unfortunately, folks want Cody to drop his sooner or later. He may. And here's the thing about this. I say all the time. He could be champion or no champion. As long as he's a baby face, we all good. If he even loses his title, will save his face status, I'm all right. Because a lot of people claim that he's better as a chaser. So without chaser, then a champion, though. Whatever. I hate that narrative what they say about baby faces. But other than that, without further ado, let's see why folks feel that the King and Queen of the Ring tournament is a big disappointment. Let's get it. From the one, and we're gonna hear this from the one and only Kicking It with Ross. Let's get it.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Ross back at again with another video. So we finally have the finals set up for the King and the Queen of the Ring tournament. We got Liv Morgan versus Io, and we got Jay versus Oba Femi. And we kind of figured that Oba was most likely going to advance to the finals. And once Roman had announced or alluded to Jay, wanting Jay to win the whole tournament so that way he could face Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship, you kind of had an idea that Jay was most likely going to advance. Then on top of that, Oba's been calling out Brock Lesnar for weeks now. It don't take rocket science to know that most likely Oba Femi is going to lose in the finals because Brock Lesnar is going to get involved, and Jay most likely will ultimately win King of the Ring this year. And then on the other side of things, with Io and Liv, once I seen Io advance, I kind of had a feeling that most likely she's going to probably end up winning this thing. And on top of that, the whole situation with Liv even being in the tournament, I was hoping that maybe they do something with Roxanne or Raquel to have them face, one of them to face her in the finals, because they had been teasing that. But no, that's not what we got. And most likely Liv is probably going to lose because she doesn't need to win.
Right.
She's already the women's world champion. And Io will probably get the W there. And they want to do Io versus Rhea whenever Rhea is healthy to go.
Right.
Hopefully before Crown Jewel, because it's champion versus champion. I can see Io winning that Night of Champions and challenging Liv, and then probably beating Liv at SummerSlam, and then becoming world champion, becoming the women's world champion, and then they build up that story with Io and Rhea at Crown Jewel.
Yeah,
I can see that happening. So,
definitely.
Now,
I thought it might go to SummerSlam, but with Rhea being injured, it might get pushed back a little bit. So there's that. So I understand, boys.
It's just been kind of predictable. I was hoping for a little bit more, exciting opportunities. It was.
And I see why some people may claim at this point like he is as well too, because it's too predictable, and a lot of people, especially in wrestling fandom, frowns on predictability as well too. Here's why my convert I just posted on my post, and I posted on my Facebook as well too, and in groups as well. Is simple question: why do folks hate baby faces so much these days? As well too. And give them a simple phone number to and then why they hate baby faces as well too. Um, a simple question. And also I asked if faces were booked just as better or equally or better than the heels will host like faces again. So yeah. And a lot of people say that the reason why they don't like baby faces is because of the predictability of them of same old no shock value as well too, which sucks they feel that way, but that's another story.
It's dope to see Javon get his moment, but at
Right.
the same time, once these other side stories had been alluded to, you kind of had an idea where things were going to happen in the tournament. So it's just one of those things. It's kind of in the middle of the road for me. But nevertheless, that's just my opinion on it. I wanted to get y'all opinion on it. How do you
Okay, that's
guys
good. Let's see what
feel
Evan
about the
felt.
finals and how everything turned out in the tournament so far? And I posted this question on X, so appreciate everyone that actually responded to me. I love doing these type of questions that I ask and turn it into videos because I kind of want to get y'all opinion as well.
Right.
So I asked, how do y'all feel about
Of course, somebody got to start with that stupid gifts like that. Like, always say this about wrestling fans. I would say this is always the same. This is the same about wrestling. Nobody hates wrestling more than wrestling fans, and
the finals for the King and Queen of the Ring tournament? Are y'all in favor of these matchups? And obviously, Liv Morgan versus Io, Oba versus Jay. And you already know the comments is it's about to be interesting. This is the first one. Jay in the finals? Hilarious gift. Shout out to my guy, 20-minute promo. Liv versus
oh,
Io
same
as a
old.
match is cool, but if the idea is to have Io beat Liv and challenge Liv again at SummerSlam, with the story being I beat you once, I'll beat you again, only for her to lose in the 50-50 booking, I think that's really lame. I hope that's not the
I
case.
hope not either.
I hope that's not the case, and that's a very interesting point because I'm looking at it from I can see Liv maybe losing twice in a row, but I would not be surprised if Liv won on no Io wins only to lose to Liv in the end, and then they may end up doing Rhea versus Liv at Crown Jewel anyways. So that could happen too.
Right.
That's an interesting prospect. I hope that doesn't happen though, but
I
I would
I
not be
would hope either.
surprised. Ethan's Toy Show says, I can't get behind this at all. Liv being in the tournament never made any sense in the first place. And as for Jay, Twitter will be up in flames if he wins. 2026 has to be the worst year when it comes to King and Queen of the Ring. In my
All right, so yes, I'm rocking the shirt for this though. I although I got the Lee shirt right now, I do kind of hope Oba wins, but I got a feeling that it's gonna be Jay because a lot of not just and before I go far, this was made for Raw, so and it was a lot of dark matches or moments in wrestling. One of them off air where Oba had recently got involved with Division, and then did this tape before Raw this past Tuesday. Him and himself was in a dark match against Division. He won. So it could be either or with this, with either Brock's gonna cause Oba or the Vision might cause Oba and start a new storyline with that. Which could lead to Brock. Brock because it's intertwined with Brock in the Vision via Paul Heyman though. So yeah, anyway, let's keep going.
honest opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Xander said, recycling the same people
Here we
over and
go.
over when you have a roster full of hungry new people who are over as fuck. Absolutely not. Sad.
And of course, understandable as well too how you feel about that. And it's like 50-50 with that, 50-50 feelings as well too. To the point that I 2% almost agree with this post that the Roman that bloodline glazing Macho Lucha, whatever name, what the fuck his name is. Oh, what's that bloodline? If you see dude glaze the hell out of what happened? Hold on. Anyway, nah. Something happened at a Walmart in my area. Okay, it's not. It's not. I thought it was in my area. Anyway, let me. What's the dude name? That damn bloodline glazer name. Macho Rodriguez, Lucha Camacho as well too. Me because he's dude's a serious Cody here, but he's a big ass bloodline glazer as well too tonight. But at the same time, he had a point about what was he had a post about? Oh, the why when did we start shying away from history and pro wrestling? Because they feel that not the guys that are in their 20s not getting put. It's not getting pushed as much as the guys who are champions or top title holders or top main eventers. And most of the main eventers are like in their 40s as well too. Cody and both Cody and Roman are in their 40s. They hold the titles as well too, and as well as folks that Sydney will suffer Oba and Jay's in the tournament as well too. LA Knight and everybody else. So yeah, there's a lot of talk about that too. So I mean, I really don't want to agree with this dude because dude's a bloodline glazer, but at the same time he has a little point with that. But at the same time, these guys got to step up, and then you got to push them to step up. But that's enough story. Let's keep going.
Ab said Brock somewhere pumping hella
Lord.
tests finna come back and beat the dog shit out of Oba for no reason. Well, there's a reason, but they gotta extend this feud. D. Evans says not as interested as I was hoping to be. I still feel like the world champions should not be included in either tournament, and Jay was one of the weaker options to make it to the finals, in my opinion. And for me, if Liv and Jay win, I might stop watching until who knows when.
I doubt that. As everybody's a little bit toward, I'm gonna start watching. No, you still watch as well too, because if you want to keep you criticize afterward, you watched. So that's bullshit.
Hey, I can understand your frustration. Kevin25 says, I'm interested in the matches, not the results. I really don't care because what is supposed to happen? Is it going to happen whether you complain about it or not? I just hope we have good matches. Michael Anderson says, women, yes. Men's, kind of. I think Oba and Io are still the right winners unless Sammy wins the WWE title and we get Sammy versus Jay because they tell great stories together. I'd even doubt that even happens. Joshua says Io should win and run it back with Rhea from Evolution 2 since Naomi crashed in. Rhea's recovered by SummerSlam. And just the image of just the image of Jey Uso with the interference of Brock Lesnar if he shows up pinning Oba is both hilarious and disgusting. Lord. I would rather it be a count out. Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna try to protect Oba other than Brock attacking him. So I don't know how that's gonna play out.
Other thing can happen though. I don't know if it's too soon to have a little whatever discussion with the current bloodline, but you may never know that if Jay do win, he could have Cody, but also he can go out the Roman as well too and feel that, but that'd be like Roman kind of just got the title. He's not going to drop it anytime soon, but who knows? I feel like it could go that way, but with Jay going for Roman instead of Cody, but I'm not sure if Dudley bold enough to do it. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, and the bloodlines, little new bloodline story, kind of like captivated, so it'll be a little too soon in my opinion, unless just saying anything can happen. But anyway, let's keep going. Oh, I thought I hit wrong button. There you
go. Camo said, I wasn't a fan of Liv being in the tournament, but I'm happy that she beat Charlotte. I hope Io beats her, though. As far as Jay, I hope Oba yeets him back to reality, but Brock will probably cost Oba, which is just cheap. This person right here says, hate them all. as they all
Damn.
either end in DQ or the winners get DQ during SummerSlam, as their stories are all being set up to have someone interfere during their matches. It's just wasting those SummerSlam matches to end in DQ. M Easy said felt like they had the chance to do a lot of things within this tournament, and they took a weird route now. I hope they land both planes at Night of Champions. We'll see.
We'll say.
It
Definitely
don't
sure.
make one don't make no sense. The other one wrong winner.
Oh.
Darren said what they are doing for the Queen of the Ring is pushing Liv when she is already a champion, doing nothing with that title.
Wow.
It's just lame BS. It's for the King of the Ring. I'm all for Oba, so don't care too much who it is facing him. We'll have to see how it pans out though. Shay said they could tell a story with Raquel or Roxanne facing Liv in the finals. I still don't know why Liv is there.
That's true.
In the first place. My only issue is what story could they tell? Unless they go out there and cost her the match. I don't know. The only thing I was hoping for is they tell the story within the tournament and have them advance, but they didn't. So it was just kind of like,
cool.
at least not to the finals. At least, so I don't know. This person said it could have been better and it should have been better, but this is 2026 WWE, so having hope for change is pointless. Russell the Blue Check says the whole tournament highlighted the absolute worst of WWE creative.
Lord.
With the amount of talent WWE has, you telling me they got nothing for Liv to do? Jay Uso being a finalist versus the people he beat feels wrong. Glad Oba and Io are still in, but I'm already mentally done with WWE.
Damn.
Big G said, don't like it. I don't know why WWE keeps doing this. Like we could have had a Io versus Charlotte and Oba versus Javon, which I was really hoping for. It doesn't
That'd be
make
nice.
doesn't take a rocket scientist to know who to put in the finals. Nasli said,
Yeah, it could have been. I ain't gonna lie, they could have did something with Charlotte versus in the finals as well too. Much people don't like them. A lot of Charlotte. They feel Charlotte is it get too many pushes, but at the same time, this is like a slightly different Charlotte as well too. And but at least it opens the door for her to have her feud with Jade down the line as well too. I mean, kind of hate is like reverse alignment though, because I rather root for one than the other, but unfortunately one is heel and the other one's face, so there's that. That's enough story. So yeah, I can see this, but yeah, I guess I did wish it was Charlotte in that fight, but this thing she got on with Jay gonna be pretty interesting. But anyway, let's keep going.
says, I'm more mad at the King of the Ring not because of Jey Uso, but because they had Evans versus Oba right there, especially with there, and they didn't go with that matchup for the Queen of the Ring. Not a fan of Liv being in it since she's the champ, but
Right.
I'm interested in her versus Io though. The Law, Mike Law. I think it's a foregone conclusion that Jay is winning off of Brock interference on
Lord.
Oba. Game Tyler said Liv and Jay in the finals and knowing what's gonna happen to Oba. Ass. The solo. These are the worst finals imaginable.
Oh,
Liv
boy.
should not be in this tournament, and it's very dumb for her to
Damn.
make it to the finals, considering she's champion. And it's
Yeah, that's definitely the okay gripe I have about that is she's has the belt doing this though, so yeah, I don't know why. But anyway.
not like you don't have women, and Jay beat people who would have been more interesting to see to compete for a title, bruh. Well, I don't know if I'm gonna check out this whole entire thing, but I'm gonna continue on. This person said would have loved Flair versus Io or Javon versus Oba. Slammin said both good matchups with unpredictable outcomes. It'll be nice. It'll be a nice weekend of the IWC declaring WWE's dead no matter what happens. The usual unpredictable outcomes. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you watching a different show, Slammin,
Right.
but this don't seem unpredictable. It seems as if Javon is. I'm not Javon. Jay most likely is going to win, and it does seem that Io's most likely going to win. So I wouldn't even say unpredictable. I think this is actually hella predictable.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
if you would have like, somebody else advance to the finals with Liv, cool, man. Like a Raquel or a Roxanne, that
Right.
could have been
Keep bringing
that
them
could have
up.
been unpredictable if they would have did something with that. Now,
And
even
then,
with Javon, I think anybody that was gonna face Oba didn't really matter. Oba was gonna lose because Brock is getting involved. I think on the men's side, it was gonna be unpredictable, but it would have been a great opportunity for someone like Javon to get that ultimate win, not because he beat Oba's, because Oba got attacked. But
right.
nevertheless, honestly, I wish this whole Brock situation wasn't even really a story point, but it is. I really wish this
Yep.
wasn't the case, but you know how this goes.
Uh huh.
Jim said Jay versus Oba is a choice, but it's light. Yes, the idea of niggas getting pissed if Jay wins is hilarious. I expect Oba to win or get screwed. LOL. Liv being champ
Wow.
and competing in a number one contenders tournament sucks. And her beating Charlotte on SmackDown was the last straw. Courtney Jefferson, honestly, from the jump, I don't understand why Liv is in the tournament. It's kind of defeats the purpose of the winner getting to choose. You could have brought someone from NXT TNA for that. Then Oba,
That's true.
I love it. Hopefully Brock doesn't interfere, and I get YJ, but I guess. And Desmond, I'm only interested in Jay winning King of the Ring. If Sammy wins the WWE Championship at Night of Champions, I'm happy. EO and Liv will get to have their first PLE match against each other. They have special chemistry. Look,
Nice.
and I appreciate everyone that responded on here. Me personally, like I said at the beginning of this video, it's kind of just middle of the road for me. It's been somewhat disappointing because I was hoping for fresh opportunities and like in the sense
Understandable
of
with that.
fresh matchups and potentially creating newer stars or elevating stars that are already on the show. But once again, once the bloodline story was solidified with what Roman wants Jay to do, once Liv was put into the tournament, and then Raquel and Roxanne was gone,
Uh,
the writing was
I'm back. I stopped because it was freezing me. Let's keep going.
for elevating stars that are already on the show. But once again, once the bloodline story was solidified with what Roman wants Jay to do, once Liv was put into the tournament, and then Raquel and Roxanne was gone, the writing was on the wall.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Oba, cool that he's advancing and should be a favorite, but he kept calling off Brock.
Right.
You know what's going to happen. You know exactly what's going to happen. So with some of these storylines already being pushed out, you kind of have an idea, of who may advance and who's not going to, and it takes a little bit of that excitement away, to be honest with you. And it seems like a lot of you guys are just not really rocking with it. It's like it is what it is to most of you guys that responded here. It's just like, okay, we kind of figured this was gonna happen.
Yeah, pretty much.
Only thing is we can hope it's a good match between both competitors, both sets of matches. But most people are just like, yeah, I'm kind of over it. It is what it is, and most of y'all seem disappointed, which understandably so, because I'm in that camp. I am disappointed in how this played out because of other stories that they're pushing, and it seems like this tournament doesn't really help much of anybody other than the actual individuals that are being affected by the surrounding stories around the King and the Queen of the Ring tournament. But nevertheless, comment down below. Let me know, how do you guys feel about the tournament as a whole?
So yeah, like I said, I still not too far to why Liv have to be in the tournament, especially if she have a title. But it's gonna be interesting what happens in the finals matchup as well to it at Night of Champions. I'm hoping Io does be the one that gets it. And for the men, it's either or though. But that's like Ross said, chances are Oba will get screwed by Brock, or like I said, this is made for Raw, so you can be screwed by Brock or Division. Who knows? Either way, I feel like that's what happened with Jay as well too. Other than that, I'm trying to think the right word. What y'all think about Night Champions coming up soon, and who you got winning the finals? Anyway, if you like my reaction, like, share, subscribe to the channel. It's your boy T-Bird signing off. One love.